welcome back to my channel. Did you know, while Kody Brown was out there fighting for his family, defending Robyn against Christine, against Janelle, even against Mary, something far darker was sitting quietly in a courthouse in southern Utah? Documents. Sealed documents. Documents with a man's name Robyn never wanted Kody to see. For over a decade, we were fed the same storyline. Robyn the innocent. Robyn the peacemaker. Robyn the only wife who respected Kody's grand vision. But now the illusion is shattering. Because receipts have surfaced. Real ones. Court files. Financial disclosures. Allegedly hidden trusts. A mysterious single-signature affidavit. And the biggest twist? Kody Brown may not have been Robyn's only husband. Not emotionally, not legally, and absolutely not financially. For the first time ever, newly unsealed records reveal that Robyn maintained deep, documented ties to her ex long after she promised loyalty to Kody. We're talking shared financial accounts, a sealed residence, confidential agreements, and transactions Kody never knew existed until now. The woman he sacrificed 3 marriages for may have never cut ties with her past at all. And what comes next? A legal timeline, an emotional collapse, a confrontation that shattered Kody Brown from the inside out. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear has never aired on TLC. And tell me in the comments, was Robyn playing Kody from day one? Or is this just misunderstood paperwork? Now, let's rewind. The year is 2010. Kody is still legally married to Mary, emotionally stretched thin between Mary, Janelle, and Christine. The family is fragile, under pressure, and under a camera lens as TLC launches SisterWives. Then enters Robyn, a divorced mother of 3. Soft-spoken, timid, fragile. Kody called her healing. The world saw a fairy tale courtship, a spiritual marriage, then a legal one. Then the shocking divorce from Mary so Kody could adopt Robyn's children. To fans, it looked like destiny. A noble sacrifice. The beginning of Kody's fresh, according to documents reportedly reviewed by producers and allegedly verified by sources close to the Flagstaff County clerk, a 2007 custody agreement between Robyn and her ex-husband was reopened in 2014. The exact year Kody divorced Mary, legally married Robyn, and adopted her children. Coincidence? Or the moment the truth cracked wide open? People co-parent. That part is normal. But the language inside these files? That's what sent shockwaves through the legal team. Because tucked between the signatures and the stamps are phrases no one expects in a simple custody document. Cohabitation clauses. Non-disclosure of partner to opposing party. And the most chilling line of all, failure to notify court of new spouse for the purpose of avoiding judgment lien enforcement. That phrase should terrify anyone. It means someone may have intentionally hidden a marriage, not for privacy, not for peace, but to dodge garnished wages, frozen assets, or child support enforcement. So now the real question becomes, was Robyn hiding a husband or hiding from consequences? Let's shift the camera to Kody's point of view. For more than 10 years, Kody Brown has stood by Robyn like a knight protecting a queen. He defended her against Christine, against Janelle, even against Mary, his first wife. He called her the peacemaker, the obedient one, the only wife who never disrespected him. But behind closed doors, and especially over this last year, the perfect partnership has started to crack. Tension, distance, silent arguments, cold hallways. And then came the phone call. Early 2023. Sources close to the family say Kody received a tip from someone in Robyn's hometown, a person who claimed a name he instantly recognized when he saw it inside the newly unsealed 2014 case file. A name tied to cohabitation clauses, sealed residences, and non-disclosure agreements. In one moment, the entire foundation of his marriage flipped upside down. Imagine being Kody. You've divorced your first wife. You've lost emotional connection with two others. You've sacrificed your reputation, your children's respect, your finances, and your spiritual identity for one woman. And that woman may have never been honest about her past or her present. This isn't cheap family drama. This is a legally documented contradiction that destroys the core narrative TLC fed its viewers for over a decade. Now, let's shift to Christine's POV. Christine left Kody in 2021, but long before that she hinted, sometimes openly, that Robyn carried secrets. That Robyn manipulated situations, withheld financial details, and presented herself as fragile to gain power. Christine never had proof. Until now. Producers claim Christine was one of the first people Kody told when he saw the unsealed documents. Her response? Just one sentence. I knew it. Because for Christine, this was never about jealousy. It was about loyalty. And she spent years watching Robyn isolate Kody from the rest of the family while quietly building a wall of secrets around herself. What about Mary? Silent as always. But Janelle, practical, direct, unshakable Janelle, didn't hold back. In a filmed segment that hasn't aired yet, she allegedly turned to Kody and said, "You are legally betrayed, and you owe it to your kids to acknowledge it." When Janelle and Christine agree on something, the ground beneath the Brown family is officially crumbling. But the legal twist goes even deeper. Buried inside the 2014 file is an affidavit, signed by Robyn's ex, stating under penalty of perjury that both parties agreed not to disclose past cohabitation arrangements to future partners. Could that line be innocent? Sure. But when you combine it with what Kody says he never knew, when you align it with sealed financial records, unreported accounts, and a stunningly vague 2007 to 2014 timeline, the picture becomes colder. Sharper. Far more intentional. Robyn may not have just left out a detail. She may have entered Kody's family, spiritually or illegally, without disclosing debts, obligations, or agreements that the law requires to be shared. And in states like Utah and Arizona, just months ago, Flagstaff Family Court received a new motion, filed by an attorney representing an unnamed party once connected to the Brown estate. The motion? To investigate possible fraud in the acquisition of marital property from 2014 to 2016. The exact window when Kody married Robyn. The exact years when the Flagstaff house was purchased. The exact period tied to the revived custody dispute. Attached to the motion is a financial trail. One that shows unexplained transfers from Robyn's pre-Brown accounts into a trust under her maiden name. And here's the bombshell. That trust received a one-time deposit that matches the amount of a 2015 court settlement from her previous legal dispute. So now the question becomes, did Robyn funnel money through old legal ties to avoid debt? Or did she use Kody's name Kody's finances, Kody's loyalty, to clean up a past she never disclosed? Allegedly, the answer is coming in court. But this is just the beginning. Because what follows next, the emotional fallout, the confrontations, the never-aired confessionals, the reactions from the older children, will change the entire SisterWives narrative. Before we close this session, remember what's truly at stake. This isn't just about one wife and one husband. It's about every wife who stood beside Kody. Every child raised on sacrifice. Every viewer who believed the TLC storyline. Every legal secret that sat behind a sealed door, doors that are now wide open. Session 2 takes us deeper. The phone call. The moment Kody realized something was wrong. And the confrontation that shook their household to its core. And trust me, the next 10 minutes will change how you see this family forever. Now tell me in the comments, do you think Robyn intentionally deceived Kody? Or is this just messy legal history being Kody's voice carried down the long stone hallway, low, strained, and heavy, bouncing off the walls like a man arguing with his own ghosts. He muttered about property lines, obligations, the broken math of a fractured family legacy. He sounded tired, not just physically, spiritually, tired of rearranged marriages, tired of shattered loyalties, tired of carrying a family that no longer wanted to be carried. And then his phone buzzed again. The first call he ignored. The second one he answered. On the other end was a name he hadn't heard in more than a decade, a former legal aide from St. George, Utah. A woman who had seen things, filed things, stamped things. And she didn't waste a second. Kody, you need to look at the 2014 court order. It's been unsealed. Imagine hearing that about the one person you trusted above all others. Imagine being told your marriage may not be anchored where you thought it was. At first, Kody laughed it off. Maybe a fan stirring the pot. Maybe someone seeking attention. But 3 hours later, the email came. PDF attachments. Official headers. Courthouse seals. Dates that matched milestones in his marriage to Robyn with eerie precision. His hands trembled as he read the opening lines. In accordance with a ruling dated July 12, 2014 between petitioner Robyn A. Sullivan and respondent redacted, the court notes, failure to disclose subsequent marital cohabitation during pending litigation may constitute indirect contempt. This wasn't a rumor. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was betrayal, written in legal language. Kody printed all 42 pages. He spread them across the cold marble of the kitchen island and read every entry, custody revisions, financial disclosures, third-party interference,
strategic non-disclosure.
To anyone else, it was dry legal jargon. But to Kody, it read like a confession, without ever using the word, because Robyn had never told him about this filing, never mentioned the judge's warnings. Never explained why her ex-husband's name remained legally entangled years after their clean break. And now it was all sitting on his countertop. A voice rose inside his head, the voice every husband dreads. You've been played. That evening, the kitchen lights were dim when Robyn walked in. She froze the moment she saw the stack of papers.
Kody didn't yell.
He didn't accuse. He simply slid one page toward her. Quiet, controlled, terrifyingly calm. What is this? Her mouth stayed still, but her eyes told the truth. They darted to the trash can, the window, the back door. Anywhere but the page. Kody, I don't know what that is. His voice didn't rise.
It dropped.
You don't know what this is? He flipped to page 6. This clause, non-disclosure of cohabitation, that's from your divorce. From 2014, the same year I legally married you. So, why am I seeing this now? Robyn reached for the paper, then pulled her hand back like it was burning. I didn't think it was relevant, but it was relevant. It was everything. Because in that moment, Kody watched the timeline of his marriage fracture. The TLC timeline. The confessional timeline. The pure love story timeline. All cracked, revealing a history of omissions behind it. Robyn didn't just leave out paperwork. She left out the possibility that their entire marriage may have been used strategically. To secure custody? To avoid garnishment? To shield assets? Kody didn't know. But he knew one thing. He could never unsee what he was holding. And what made it worse? Ahmad tried to delete it too late. The word was out. Robyn had allegedly misled Kody, with receipts to back it up. This wasn't fan fiction. This wasn't a conspiracy. It was in writing. The network panic, that's when TLC stepped in. According to crew insiders, production halted for 2 full weeks. The storyline shifted too fast. Too violently. Too legally. By mid-April, a camera crew arrived at Robyn's home. She refused to film. But Kody did. In footage not yet aired but confirmed by insiders, he sits alone. Empty, slumped, defeated. I gave up my family for her. I gave up everything, and she kept this from me. After everything I did. He pauses. Then the quietest, most devastating line. I don't even know who she is anymore. Meanwhile, at Christine's house, a very different scene was unfolding. Christine and Janelle sat side by side, reading the documents for the 10th time. The anger wasn't loud. It was quiet, sharp.
Certain.
Janelle finally asked, "Do you think he'll leave her?" Let's pick up right where everything begins to crack. No, Christine said. He needs someone to blame, and she'll spin it. And that's exactly what Robyn did. Because the very next day, Robyn walked into a private attorney's office. Not Kody's attorney, not the family's attorney, her own. And according to leaked reports, the questions she asked weren't about reconciliation, healing, or truth. They were about defamation protection. They were about financial shielding. They were about minimizing liability before the storm hit. Robyn wasn't preparing for an apology. She was preparing for war. Because once secrets go public, reputations aren't assets. They're liabilities. Now, let's come back to the viewers, to what you saw. You saw Robyn cry. You saw her tremble, shake, claim she only ever wanted peace. But peace doesn't come with sealed court orders. Peace doesn't come with redacted clauses and hidden names. Peace doesn't leave 10 years of questions behind it. Now that the files are unsealed, now that the timeline doesn't match the TLC storyline, the entire fanbase is split. Some think she was protecting her children. Others think she was protecting herself. And using Kody as the shield she always needed. And Kody? He's stuck in the dead center. Because walking away now makes him look weak, fooled, betrayed. But staying means lying next to a woman whose legal trail now contradicts over a decade of soulmate confessions. And make no mistake, he's reading every word. Night after night, page after page, trying to pinpoint the moment the story changed. The signature he never saw. The choice she never confessed. The line where Robyn decided not to tell him. And when he finds it, it won't just threaten her loyalty. It will threaten the foundation of the marriage itself. This is where everything shifts, from metaphor to legal reality. Attorneys step in. Old friends testify. Timelines collide. And a single signature sends shockwaves through the entire Brown legacy. We'll hear what Robyn told her lawyer behind closed doors. We'll see Kody's reaction when he learns the name of the man she allegedly kept in her financial orbit. And we will finally uncover the one remaining sealed record that could end everything. Fire, but for now, the silence. The kind of silence that isn't peaceful, but the silence that comes when truth is on the table and no one knows where to look. When Kody Brown walked into that mediation room on a gray, rainy Tuesday in May, he didn't come for closure. He came for proof. At the far end of the long oak table sat Robyn. No cameras, no glam team. Just her attorney, and a sealed manila envelope thick enough to snap their marriage in half. For over 10 years, Kody defended her. Against the other wives. Against the fans. Against his own children. He believed every word she spoke. He divorced Mary for her. He adopted her children. He rebuilt his entire life around her. But now, with the release of new legal files and a freshly surfaced affidavit, Kody wasn't asking if she lied. He was asking how much of their life was real. Because what if your marriage, your sacrifices, your loyalty, was all built on a contract you never saw? Kody didn't speak. He just slid the new affidavit across the table. Dated 2015. Less than a year after he legally married her. Signed by Robyn's ex-husband. Stating both parties agreed to maintain separate finances and preserve privacy of cohabitation history for the sake of pending civil matters. And Kody's name? Nowhere. Not acknowledged. Not referenced. Not considered. Which meant, for at least a year into their fresh start, Robyn maintained a private legal financial arrangement with her ex. And Kody wasn't part of it. The affidavit had been sealed under a custody-related privacy clause. That clause expired in early 2023. Robyn never disclosed it, not to the court, not to the family, not to Kody. Her attorney skimmed it, swallowed hard and muttered, "This changes the tone." Robyn tried to defend herself. "Kody, I didn't lie, it was old legal garbage. I didn't want to stress you, it didn't matter anymore. But it did matter. Because the facts were already lining up against her." A 2015 email, uncovered in Discovery, showed Robyn requesting a $14,000 transfer into a trust shared with her ex. And the email ended with the line, "Please do not disclose to the new household." Kody was the new household. And that line was the final nail in the coffin. Let's step into Kody's mind, because this is where everything truly breaks. Fire Kody's POV. The moment his reality shattered, imagine you're Kody Brown. You've legally adopted her children. You've sold family land. You've divorced another wife, on paper and in spirit, for the woman you believed was your soulmate. And now you're sitting across a mediation table, watching receipts fall into place like a legal betrayal scrapbook. And the worst part? You can't scream. You can't storm out. You can't perform the meltdown that reality TV trained you for. Because this wasn't a TLC soundstage. This was court-ordered mediation. There were rules. There were lawyers. There was no commercial break. Just the suffocating realization that the one woman you protected might have protected someone else all along. This wasn't about love anymore. It was about legal exposure. Fire back home. The fallout begins in Flagstaff. The storm had already hit. Janelle called Savannah. "Stay off social media, honey. It's getting bad." Christine's supporters were posting side-by-side timelines. Forums lit up like wildfire. YouTubers dissected Robyn's past with renewed hunger. Line by line, affidavit by affidavit. And inside the house? Kody slept in the guest room. Production resumed a week after mediation. But this time the crew was instructed. No talking.
No prompting.
Just observe. They weren't filming a family. They were filming a breakdown. Robyn refused to appear without staged lighting. Kody turned cold, clipped, mechanical. And then, a moment not filmed, but confirmed by 3 insiders, Kody whispered, "She's not my wife. She's a plaintiff." When your husband calls you a legal liability, the marriage is already dead. Fire audience POV. You witnessed the collapse, you watched the wedding. You watched the tears. You watched him lift her veil like a promise. For years you believed, maybe, that this one was real.
But now?
You've seen the affidavit, the bank transfers, the sealed agreements, the dates that don't lie. And the question slams into the fandom. Was Robyn ever in it for love? Or was love the perfect insurance policy? Yes, the whole family is messy. But legal documents don't cry on camera. And in this chapter, the courtroom metaphor becomes reality. Kody confronts the price of being blind for love. Kody is reviewing if the marriage can be voided under disclosure laws. Christine and Janelle are digging through old estate files. A new hearing may pull Robyn's ex-husband back into the spotlight. And Robyn? She's hired crisis PR. Not for the family. For herself. Because this is no longer a TLC storyline. It's a legal record. And, in the court of public opinion, she's already losing. Fire the house goes quiet, no cameras.
No lights.
Just silence thick enough to choke on. Kody stands by the mantel, court envelope in one hand, a crumpled note from one of the kids in the other. Are you guys okay? That question had already answered itself. He turns to Robyn.
No yelling. No theatrics.
Just ice. You were still working with him. Robyn's eyes filled, but Kody didn't allow the tears. Don't cry.
Not right now. He dropped the envelope.
Bank records spilled across the table like spilled truth. Recurring payments. Years after marriage. From an account she closed only in 2017. Kody looked at her. This isn't old paperwork, Robyn. These are choices. While he refinanced properties, adopted her children, and defended her against his entire family, she maintained legal ties with the man she swore was long gone. Trust breaking in marriage is tragedy. Trust breaking in court is war. Fire 3 days earlier, Christine and Janelle at a Tucson cafe. He didn't want to see it. Janelle said softly. He was too in love with her. Christine nodded. That's the wound. Not the lie, but that she let him believe it. Behind the tears, a paper trail. Behind the trust, a sealed agreement. Robyn didn't just hide the truth. She weaponized it. Fire back to the house. The collapse. Kody stared at the receipts like they were a confession. You told me everything was over, he said. You told me the chapter was closed. Robyn whispered, I thought you'd leave if you knew. Kody didn't blink. If I knew, I wouldn't have married you. The fairy tale snapped. Love survives doubt.
Survives time.
Survives distance. But it cannot survive deception. Robyn tried again. I did it to protect my kids so they wouldn't feel caught between 2 men. Kody's voice dropped to a whisper. You made me one of those men. Fire the camera. Crew enters. Robyn gave permission for one shot. Her final attempt at narrative control. I didn't hide anything out of malice, she said to the lens. I was afraid. But fans weren't buying it. Christine's words echoed everywhere. She was never honest. We just didn't have the documents to prove it. Fire Kody's POV. The turning point within weeks. Kody filed for a full financial audit. This wasn't emotional withdrawal. This was legal repositioning. The man who gave up Mary's marriage for Robyn was now dismantling the marriage he rebuilt around her. The trigger? A voicemail. A former legal assistant saying, she always had a contingency plan. There was always an account with her maiden name. Love or leverage. The line had blurred too long. Fire Janelle's cryptic post, a photo of Coyote Pass. Caption. Truth always comes back around. Fans knew. They all knew. Fire the final hearing. No cameras allowed, just a courtroom. A judge. And the last sealed file. The clerk read, Joint assets with her ex, private trust, shared residence, life insurance, all undisclosed 8 months into marriage. Kody's eyes closed. It wasn't the money. It was what it proved. He was never told the truth. Robyn whispered, "It wasn't supposed to come to this." Kody didn't answer. It already had. "Closure doesn't always come with apology," Christine said. "It comes with documents." Janelle added, "I just wanted to know if Robyn's loyalty was real. Now I know." Fire. Kody packs his suitcase, a shirt, another, a photo of Solomon and Ariella. The kids were innocent, but the foundation wasn't. Fire. Robyn comes home. She saw the suitcase. "Please don't." Kody shook his head. "You let me defend you on camera while you were tied to someone else." "I was protecting my kids." "No. You were protecting yourself." This wasn't a breakup. It was a legal dismantling of a marriage built on selective truth. Fire. The fallout. Kody and Robyn file for legal separation. TLC rushes a special. The Robyn files. Fans erupt. Robyn hires PR. Social media goes dark. Christine thrives. Janelle rebuilds. Kody is alone. Robyn considers leaving Flagstaff. The woman who once wanted cameras everywhere now hides from every lens. Because truth came too late. Had she told it at the beginning, there might have been something left to save. But families don't collapse from the outside. They collapse from a lie buried in a sealed file signed in 2016. Robyn didn't destroy the family. The paperwork did. Fire. Outro question: was this inevitable? Or did one decision spark the downfall? Comment your thoughts below. Subscribe for more courtroom-style breakdowns, because in the Sister Wives universe, the truth is always one file away from chaos.